It's Easter Monday. In just a few moments, Pope Francis will come to the window of the Apostolic Palace and greet us at noon before praying the Regina Coeli. This is the traditional Marian prayer during the Easter season or Eastertide. From wherever you are joining us, I would like to welcome you to this live broadcast. Some of you may be joining us through various outlets of Vatican News, perhaps the Vatican News app or the Radio Vatican app, the Vatican News web portal or Vatican News English YouTube channel, or our Facebook Live feed. We also welcome all of you who are joining us through our partner broadcast stations. Some of you may be joining us through EWTN TV, Catholic Faith Network in America, Salt and Light TV, Radio Maria England, Shalom World Television Networks USA, Atma Darshan TV, Shalom TV India and Sunday Shalom, Catholic TV, UCTV Uganda Catholic Television, and others of you may be joining us through various partner radio stations throughout the world, local or diocesan, and especially those of you joining us through Luminous Radio in India and Radio Maria Papua New Guinea. A very warm welcome to you all. My name is Devin Watkins, and I will be providing the commentary and translation for this Regina Coeli. We also welcome all of you who are joining us through our dedicated American Sign Language broadcast that is made possible with the help of our friends at the Deaf Catholic Youth Initiative for the Americas. And as you know, yesterday was Easter Sunday, the high point of the Church's liturgical year. And Pope Francis celebrated this with Easter Mass on Sunday morning here in St. Peter's Square. Over 60,000 faithful gathered with the Pope to celebrate this important Mass to mark the Lord's resurrection. The square, as per a tradition dating back to 1985, the Vatican Square was decorated with flowers from the Netherlands. And since the Pope had already delivered his Easter homily at the Easter Vigil Mass in St. Peter's Basilica on the night of Holy Saturday, the Holy Father did not deliver another homily yesterday, as is usually the case on this Mass during the day. However, afterwards, he met with pilgrims. He spoke to pilgrims from the basilica, the facade of the basilica, for his traditional Easter Urbi et Orbi, that is, to the city and to the world, where he prayed for peace and recalled the many areas of the world that are not enjoying the fruits of peace, but are torn by war and conflict and violence. Right now we see the window of the Apostolic Palace, the curtains drawn back, and Pope Francis comes to the microphone and will greet us. We hear the crowds greet him.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno e buona Pasqua.
Dear brothers and sisters, good morning and happy Easter. Today, Monday of the octave of Easter, the Gospel shows us the joy of the women at the resurrection of Jesus. The text says they abandoned the tomb with great joy and ran to tell his disciples. This joy, which is born from the living encounter with the risen one, is a powerful emotion which impels them to spread and to tell what they have seen.
condividere la gioia.
to share our joy.
Un'esperienza
This is a
meravigliosa.
wonderful experience,
Impariamo fin da piccoli.
which we learn from a very young
Pensa a un
age.
ragazzo che prende un
Think of
bel
a
voto a
child
scuola
who gets a good mark,
e non
a
vede
good
l'ora
grade at
di
school,
mostrarlo ai
and can't
genitori.
wait to show his or her
Un
parents.
giovane che
Or
raggiunge
a
i
young
primi
person
successi sportivi,
who achieves
o
their
una famiglia in
first
cui nasce un
success in
bambino.
sport,
Proviamo
or
a
a family in
ricordare
which a
ciascuno
child is
di noi
born.
un momento
Let us try to
tanto
remember
felice
each of us
che
a
era
moment that
persino
was so
difficile
happy that
da
it was
esprimere
even
una parola,
difficult to put it
ma
into
che abbiamo
words, but which
desiderato
we wish to tell
raccontare
everyone
subito a
about
tutti.
immediately.
Ecco, le donne il mattino di Pasqua vivono questa esperienza. Ma
So
in
the
un
women
modo
on
molto
Easter
più
morning
grande.
live this experience,
Perché?
but in a much greater
Perché la
way. Why?
resurrezione di
Because
Gesù
the resurrection of
non è
Jesus
solo
is
una
not
notizia
just wonderful
stupenda
news or the
o un
happy ending
lieto
of a
fine di
story,
una storia, ma è
but
qualcosa che
something that
cambia la
changes
nostra
our
vita
lives completely
completamente
and
e
forever.
la cambia per sempre. È
It
la
is
vittoria
the
della
victory
vita
of
sulla
life
morte.
over death.
Questa è la
Hope.
resurrezione di Gesù.
This
È la
is
vittoria
what
della
Jesus'
speranza
resurrection
sullo
is.
sconforto.
Hope over despondency.
Gesù ha squarciato il
Jesus
buio del
broke
sepolcro
through the
e vive per
darkness of the
sempre.
tomb
La
and
sua
lives forever.
presenza può
His
riempire di
presence can
luce
fill
qualsiasi
anything with
cosa.
light.
Con lui
With him,
ogni giorno
every day
diventa la
becomes a
tappa di un
step
cammino
in an
eterno.
eternal journey.
Ogni
Every
oggi
today
può sperare
can hope
in
for a
un domani.
tomorrow.
Ogni
Every
fine
end,
in un nuovo
a new
inizio.
beginning.
Ogni
Every
istante
instant
è
is
proiettato
projected
oltre
beyond
il
the limits
limite
of
del
time,
tempo verso
towards
l'eternità.
eternity.
Fratelli e sorelle,
Brothers, sisters,
la gioia della
the joy of the
resurrezione
resurrection is
non è
not something
qualcosa
far
di
away.
lontano.
It
È
is very
vicinissima,
close.
è
It is
nostra,
ours,
perché ci è stata donata nel
because
giorno
it was
del
given
battesimo.
to us on the day of our
Da
baptism.
allora anche noi, come le donne,
Since then,
possiamo
we too,
incontrare
like
il
the women,
risorto.
can meet the risen
Egli,
one,
come allora ci
and he
dice,
says to us,
non
as he did to
temete.
them, "Do not fear."
Fratelli e sorelle, non
And
rinunciamo alla gioia della Pasqua.
brothers and sisters,
Ma
let
come
us not
alimentare questa gioia?
give
Come
up the
l'hanno fatto
joy
le
of Easter,
donne,
but how do we
incontrando il risorto, perché è
enjoy? How
Lui
do we
la
carry it
fonte di
forward?
una gioia che non si esaurisce mai.
How can we
Affrettiamoci a
fuel this
cercarlo
joy,
nell'Eucaristia,
like the women did,
nel suo
by
perdono,
encountering the
nella
risen one,
preghiera
because
e
he
nella
is the
carità
source of a joy
vissuta.
that never ceases.
La gioia,
So let us
quando si
hasten to seek
condivide,
him in the
aumenta.
Eucharist, in his forgiveness, in prayer,
Condividiamo
and
la
in
gioia
lived
del
charity.
risorto. E la
And let
Vergine
us not
Maria,
forget that the
che nella
joy of
Pasqua
Jesus
si è
goes the
rallegrata
other way,
per il
because
suo
joy,
figlio
when it
risorto,
shares,
ci
grows.
aiuti ad essere
May
una
the Virgin
testimone
Mary, who at
gioiosa.
Easter rejoiced in her
Regina
risen Son,
Coeli,
help us to be
alleluia.
joyful witnesses.
Quia quem eruisti portare, alleluia.
Resurrexit, sic ut dixit, alleluia.
Ora pro nobis Deum, alleluia.
Gaude et letare, Virgo Maria, alleluia.
Quia surrexit Dominus vere, alleluia.
Deus, qui per resurrezione Filii Tui Domini nostro Christi, mundum letificare degnatus es, presta quesumus, ut per eium genetriciam Virginem Maria, perpetui capiamus gaudia vitae, per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defuntis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Et lux perpetua luceat eis.
Requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum,
Aiuterium nostrum in nomine Domini.
qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.
Amen.
And now the Holy Father will likely greet those present.
Cari fratelli e sorelle,
Dear
rinnovo a
brothers and
tutti
sisters, I renew
Pasquali,
to everyone my
grazie
Easter
di cuore
greetings and blessings,
coloro che in diversi
and I
modi
welcome
mi
all
hanno
of you
inviato messaggi
and thank all of you who have sent me messages of closeness and prayer.
a queste persone,
To all of
famiglie,
you
comunità,
and to families and
dono della
communities,
pace del Signore
may
risorto.
the joy of the Lord,
E
resurrected
vorrei che
Lord,
questo dono della
come to
pace
you.
arrivasse là dove
May
più
the
ce
peace
n'è
of Christ
bisogno,
also come to those places that is most in need, but peoples who are torn by war, by
da
hunger,
ogni forma di
by all
oppressione.
forms of oppression.
Con affetto saluto voi,
I
romani e pellegrini di
I
diversi
warmly
paesi.
greet all of you Romans and people of
Saluto i
various
ragazzi e i
countries, and I
sacerdoti della comunità
greet the
pastorale
priests of the
Beato Carlo
pastoral
Gnocchi in
care
Inverigo,
of an Italian parish,
e quelli del decanato di
and
Appiano
those, the
Gentile.
diaconate of the Pio di Argentino.
Buon lunedì dell'Angelo.
A happy
Continua la gioia della
Easter
Pasqua.
Monday. May
Per
the
favore, non
joy of
dimenticatevi
Easter
di pregare
continue.
per me.
And please do not forget to
Buon
pray for
pranzo
me.
e arrivederci.
Have a good lunch. And until next time. And with that, Pope Francis greets us, prays for peace, and invites everyone to enjoy this continuing Easter season. So the Triduum ended yesterday evening at Vespers on Easter Sunday, but the Easter season, Eastertide, continues all the way through to Pentecost. And so, with that, we thank all of you as we hear the bells of St. Peter's toll for joining us for this live broadcast.
A whisper